Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, D3 Topics Gamer, and I have another kind of interesting video to share with you guys today. And I'm sorry that this video is maybe a week or two old, but I thought it would be cool for me to actually go through all of the nominees for the upcoming Video Game Awards for 2022 and just give my personal votes on what game I think or what will win each individual category. And on top of that, I also would like to announce that we'll be going to the Video Game Awards in person in Los Angeles on December 8th. I was actually invited to go by another fellow YouTuber and game lover of gaming. I'm not going to say who. I'm going to keep that a surprise for now. But yeah, so this is actually going to be my very first awards that I go in person. So hopefully this will be a fun little experience. So before I start my little ranking of all the individual nominees, if you do happen to enjoy this video, by again, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep track of me and all my future videos. And just 1 second so I can get rid of my nominees ready to go. So as we jump right into the nominees starting now, apparently there are 31 categories. Most of these I'm going to blow through simply because I don't know what they are. But, there obviously going to be something I think that I do know. So I'm actually going to start from the list going back to the front. So the first one that we're hitting here is the best esports event. Don't watch esports, so I can't vote on any of these. Next, we have best esports coach. I didn't even know esports had coaching. I don't know how that works. So next esports team. Don't know who any of these guys are. Next, best esports athlete. Again, don't know a thing about esports. Not a thing. Okay, best esports game. Well, I guess I can't really vote on any of these either because I don't play any of them. We're off to a great start. Okay, most anticipated game. Now we're starting. Okay, so we got Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda. Well, I can say for a fact that I will not be playing either Starfield or The Legend of Zelda. So that gets those two out. Final Fantasy 16, I'm a bit on the fence about. I just haven't seen or know enough about this to kind of be overly hyped for it. So that just leaves Resident Evil 4 and Hogwarts Legacy. Well, I don't think we ever needed a Resident Evil 4 remake, and even if we did, I would have preferred that they would have waited until after Code Veronica had been made first. I would have done Code Veronica and then worked my way to 4. Just from what I've seen, it probably will be more of the same, and I'm not even sure if I could even like the remake more than the original because of how special the original is to me. So I'm not too concerned. If it's everything that I expect it to be, I think this will be a well-made game, but it might lose some of the charm that made the original so special. So just for that, I would probably give my vote to Hogwarts Legacy. If this game is even half of what I hope it will be, and hopefully a lot of us hope it is, this will be without question the best Wizarding World related game ever made. I think it's not too much to say that our expectations could go that high, especially when you look at the long lineup of games that are related to the Hogwarts or Wizarding World Harry Potter franchise. This looks like it could be the best of them, and I like how they're taking their time with this one. If there's something wrong, that they need more time, I'll prefer that they delay this game and make it as best as it can than release it in a bad state and have a horrible experience. So my most anticipated game just from this list is going to go to Hogwarts Legacy. So we go back, we have best adaptation. Okay, I don't even know why the hell Uncharted's on this list. But for me personally, it's going to have to come between Sonic and Cyberpunk Edge Runner. I actually recently watched that. I actually binged that on Netflix a couple of weeks ago. And it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. So this is tough between Cyberpunk and Sonic. But if I had to be fair, I really think Sonic edges out a little bit. I actually thought that Sonic was not only one of the best adaptations, it was definitely one of the best films I saw this year, and I had a lot of fun with it. So my vote would go to Sonic. Next category is Best Debut Indie Game. From what I've seen, I think I'd give my vote to Stray, even though I didn't play it. I did have a lot of fun watching other people that I know play it, and it seemed interesting. It didn't look like my type of game, but it looked like a game that I would have had. I had some fun watching other people play it, so that's what I would go with. Next, content creator of the year. Who are these people? I have never heard of any of these people, so I can't really vote on that. Next, we have best multiplayer game. To my surprise, this might surprise some people. I'm currently typing up my review for God of War, and when I get my God of War review up, I'm gonna have to go back and finish up Call of Duty Modern Warfare. And to surprise a lot of people, I'm actually having quite a lot of fun with Call of Duty's multiplayer, and that's something I've not been able to say for several installments. I'm actually having a lot of fun with multiplayer, so I would give it to Call of Duty. Next category, we have Best Esports / Racing Game. Well, I don't play sports games in general, so I can't really vote on this one. But Best Sim or Strategy Game, I am going to go with Total War. Believe it or not, I actually just started playing some Total War games, and I'm really into them. And I actually thought, from what I've seen, that Total War Warhammer 3 looks really good, and it's probably going to be like the next main PC game that I pick up. So that's one I would go with. Best Family Game. Well, I didn't play any of these, but if I had to pick one just from what I've seen, I think the best family game would probably go to... I'd probably give it to Lego Star Wars. Those are always fun games to play with a family. Next category, we have Best Fighting Game. Ooh, interesting. I'm going to go with Saifu or Sifu, however you play it, pronounce it. That was actually a pretty fun game to test that. I didn't finish it, but I definitely had fun playing it. Next category, we have Best RPG. Ooh, this is actually pretty easy because I only played one of these games, and that's going to go to Live Alive or Live a Live or Live Alive or however else you pronounce it. But I know Elder Rings has got a lot of nominations. A lot of people think that might be a that might end up winning Game of the Year. But I just can't see. From what I've seen of Elder games, it just looked like a Dark Souls or Demon Souls game. That's like in the same category as something like Bloodborne, which all those games I couldn't play through more than an hour of those. It was just like, okay, I'm sure this has its fandom, but this game just doesn't work for me personally. So yeah, that's Live Alive or Live Alive or Live Alive or whatever. That's what I would go on. I actually ended up enjoying that quite a lot. Next category, Best Action Adventure Game. Ooh, this is tough because it comes down to really only two games. This is gonna be weird. Because at first I really thought that it was definitely gonna come down to Horizon and God of War, and I thought the race would be tighter. But now, having beaten both of those games, right now I'm kind of trying to platinum God of War. God of War is definitely the better game in most categories. There's a few things in Horizon I actually think are better than in God of War. But I want Horizon to win something, so that's... But I have to go God of War. Horizon almost got me, but yeah, I gotta go to God of War. Best Action Game. Okay, Bayonetta, Call of Duty, Saifu. I'll go with Call of Duty. I think it's pretty good so far. Next, Best VR Game. I don't do VR, so I can't really vote on this one. Next, we have Innovation and Accessibility, recognizing software or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. Okay, I don't know what that exactly means, but I'll just go with God of War just by default. Best Community Support. Oh, definitely Apex. I'm surprised. That game's been out for like 2 or 3 years and it's still getting support. So yeah, me and my brother do play that regularly, pretty often. When we're not playing our individual games, we're playing Apex together and having a lot of fun doing that. Next, Best Mobile Game. Well, I don't really play much mobile games, so I can't really comment on that one. But what's next? Best Indie Game. I think I go with Stray. That looked like a pretty good indie game. Next, Best Ongoing Game. I don't know how Fortnite's not going to win, but just by default, I'm going to go with Apex. Next category, games for impact. I can't really comment on any of these because I've never heard of any of these games. So, next category, best performance. Ooh, God, this is hard. This is hard. But, ooh. It's going to come down to Sonny, Christopher, or Ashley. So we got Aloy, Kratos, or Atreus. Damn. I got to go with Christopher Judge. I think his performance as Kratos in this game was... I mean, his performance in God of War 4 was amazing, but I think he took it to a whole nother level in God of War Ragnarok. So I'll be shocked if he doesn't win. But yeah, that's who I'm going with. Next, best audio design. Okay, this is an easy one. And this is going to shock a lot of people. But I got to give that to Call of Duty. My God, the sound design in that game is incredible. The weapons sound great. The music is great. The environments, just the action, everything. Like, if you're not playing this with, say, a 3D headphones. Like, I have a set of SteelSeries, headphones, wireless. And my God, the audio in that game is incredible. I mean, trust me, I love God of War and Horizon, but... dude, audio-wise, definitely the best game I've been listening to just while I've been playing it by far this year. No question at all. Next category is Best Scoring Music. Well, there's only one game on here I've actually played, so it's going to have to go to God of War, which always had a great soundtrack. Always. Best Art Direction. You know what? As much as I liked God of War, I think that visually Horizon had better environments that were bigger and therefore a little bit more impressive. Well, I'm actually going to go with Horizon. I think Horizon will win Best Art Direction. Next, we have Best Narrative. This is tough. It might not as tough, but... God of War or Horizon, which one do I think had the better story? This is a tough one, but I do think that God of War edges out a little bit. I really did like the story for Horizon Forbidden West. I do think it certainly expanded the lore and got us invested in more characters. I just think that there were elements I think that were added that weren't fully explored and were left unanswered. Which it might be the telling that we are going to get a Horizon 3. While I think that God of War Ragnarok did an amazing job of not only introducing new characters, but closing a lot of story arcs that were started in the 2018 game. So yeah, I think narrative-wise, the story for God of War Ragnarok was really phenomenal. So that's what I'm going to go with. Next category, we have Best Game Direction. Believe it or not, I am actually going to go with Horizon on this one. As much as I like God of War, there was a lot of things I think that were just taken straight from the game, as opposed to Horizon, which actually everything in that felt very, very new and fresh. We went to a completely new, different environments, and it's not that we didn't do that in God of War, but a lot of it felt very familiar in a good way. So I would definitely go with Horizon with this one. I think it edges out God of War just a little bit. But that leaves us only one category left, and that is going to be Game of the Year. Now, I've been hearing a lot of chatter online, and I think it's going to come down to either God of War or Elden Ring. Obviously, my Game of the Year is God of War, but I think if Elden Ring wins, I would not be surprised. I will be shocked if either Elden Ring or God of War does not win. I don't know much about A Plague's Tale. I've seen it a few times, but not too much. Stray, I just don't think that really realistically could compete with the AAA titles. Xenoblade, I've never been a fan of that ever. And Horizon, I think, while it was a great game, definitely one of the better games I played this year, I think it had too many key flaws that weren't necessary that held the game back. And so while I really enjoyed the game and I put it very much on par with the first game, I think that it should have been better for what it was able to do in terms of things that it improved upon while making mistakes that held it slightly back. And God of War really was just it was definitely a slight improvement, not a major improvement over the 2018 game, but I think it was a big enough improvement to say that, yeah, this is a great way to conclude this era of the God of War franchise. So that's why it will be, without question, my game of the year. And I will talk more about this when I get my review out for God of War Ragnarok, hopefully in the next couple of days. So that is my ranking of all the Video Game Awards nominees. I'm not sure if you guys would do your own ranking, but on just a number of these key categories, which game would you pick, or which game do you hope wins each of these categories? Share your list with me and everyone else in the comments down below. And like always, I want to thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll catch you all guys next time.